Hello, everyone. Welcome to Victory House Intuitive Tarot. My name is Victoria. This is the monthly reading for May for the sign of Cancer. Just a couple brief announcements before we get started. The winners of the free 30-minute reading with me have been notified for March. If you'd like to be put in the May drawing, then please comment, like, subscribe, and comment in the month of April. If you comment in the month of May, you're put into the June drawing. That's how that works. I'm also now offering a one question email reading for $12.50. You would pay me through PayPal or it's all in the description box, so you can pay me through any of those venues. Then send me an email letting me know that you've paid me with your question, and then I will spend 15 to 30 minutes meditating on your question and getting you an answer. It's not like a full-blown reading. It's one question. It can't be a two-part question. It can only be one question. It has to be a very straightforward one question. Now, my normal readings are 30 minutes via Google Meet or an hour. Most people just typically need 30 minutes. It's $50. You get to meet with me face-to-face via video. You get to ask all the questions you want. You get to talk to loved ones that have crossed over if they come through. And so that's that. All right, it's a general reading. Check your rising and moon sign, and let's get going. Excuse me. I've already prayed over the cards. I hope this isn't I have to be your mother reading. It seems like almost every reading I've given you, sorry, dog hair all over the mat. It seems like the Spirit's been lecturing you. Some people have not liked it. You've got to remember, I don't come up with this shit. It's not me personally. I give you whatever Spirit gives me, okay? Or whatever the cards are saying. So, I do see you feeling emotionally low right now. And not having a lot of strength to deal with the crap you're dealing with. You feel like you've lost a battle of some sort. This whole lesson is about you learning how to stand on your own 2 feet. Really, this whole thing. And when you do that, then the blessings come. So, and I have been telling you guys that for a year. Someone thanked me for reminding them to do that, but most of you haven't liked it. I can't change the message. Only you can change the message by changing the way you think and changing the way you do things. Overall energy, needing solitude, developing introspection, discovering yourself, discovering the messages. Here comes Yeti. He always wants to come give a reading. You want to come pick a card for the Cancers? No? You just want to come be here? Every time I do a reading, he comes here. I don't know why. He's my spirit dog, I guess. All right. There's a strong need here for self-discovery, searching your soul, having solitude. So you might be feeling really lonely right now, which is typical of the water signs. Okay. You might be having issues with a landlord or your property, or you're just making very small gains in income. But I do see patience and steady progress here with your income. You might be moving or changing your work or your routine, or you just need to put in more effort into whatever you're doing in your career or your money-making efforts. A lot of you just really need a break. You might be feeling ill. You might be feeling really tired. If you got some sick time, take a day off and just pamper yourself. Just lay around and get the rest you need. Um, and that's typical water signs right now. As a Pisces, I just went through this as well. This drives me nuts. Sorry. Um, all that white hair all over my desk. So, just get all the rest that you can right now. That's the advice. Um, I see you wanting it all. I see you being very ambitious. Um, you might be having visions of being the boss one day. Um, but your success is going to come through your strength and your vision. In other words, manifestation. Um, Imagining it, seeing it, working towards it. And that's, and hang on. Ugh. And being creative. Okay. There might be some trouble and adversity here with a mother figure. You might feel your mother torments you. You might feel hopeless. You might be very depressed over a situation between a mother and a father. There's a lot of condensation here. And when I say condensation, I'm not sure that's a word, but condescending type of energy. Either you're giving it or they're giving it back to you. Strength and balance and diplomacy is really the key to getting what you want, to having a new emotional beginning. But I feel like sometimes you avoid what I'm seeing here is that you avoid your responsibilities sometimes. And I feel like as a water sign, I understand this. You kind of want to live in la la land. Like, you don't want to have to think about the heavy things you want to do. So you've got to try and find some type of fire energy within you that helps you to take action. Sitting around and moping and saying "woe is me" is not going to get you anywhere. So you have to say, "I'm going to do it. I'm going to work at it. I'm going to make it happen." You've got the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, but I see that there's a lack of teamwork around you, or you're not putting in the effort with the rest of the team. So that could be a work situation. And that's what's holding you back, because your coworkers may be complaining about you. So there's negative energy here. I see a lot of financial setbacks. Some of you may have been let go from your job because you were performing poorly. And there's been some kind of delay with relationships, with business partnerships, a lot of disharmony. There's been diversions, temptations that have kept you from being accountable and avoiding responsibilities. And I don't want to tell you this stuff. I really don't. You guys had a really good reading, I think, in February. I was so happy for you guys. I was like, finally, they're getting it together. They're doing what they're supposed to. But then the following month, we're back to March and April, or whatever month it was, April and May. We're now back to Spirit telling you need to get off your ass. And, that's not for everybody, so don't take it personally, okay? Check your rising and your moon signs if you're not that person, okay? You might find the message or the answer there that you're looking for, versus here. But this is the one, these are the ones that are very emotional, very in their heads, very daydreamy. I mean, there's a lot of daydreaming here, hoping to accomplish, like you want to be recognized, you want attention. Excuse me. You feel like you're overlooked for all the things you do, but then I'm seeing here this lack of teamwork, this lack of responsibility. So you have the ability to turn this around with two aces. I have two aces and the 10 of Pentacles here. You have the ability to make this happen, but you have to do it. You are not going to be handed this victory. And I've been telling you this for 2 years now. I mean, I don't want to hurt you. I'm not here to hurt you mentally or emotionally, but you have to stand on your own 2 feet. Then the reward comes. I mean, I went through something similar like this in my late 20s and early 30s. And I went out and got a waitress job and worked my ass off to have extra money to get out of debt and and then I took a leap of faith and I changed. I went from being a secretary or an executive assistant to selling technology solutions. And I was really good with computers, and I had been doing word processing and working on computers before most people even had computers. I mean, this was like early 80s. So I had a lot of experience and knowledge of things. And so I had the aptitude and I took that chance. And then, I started making more money and I could quit waiting tables at night. And then I was making 100 grand a year. Now I'm not doing that anymore because I was seriously injured. I was a brutal victim of a crime. And now I'm trying to go on disability because I don't have the capability or the aptitude to work in a job like that anymore. Or even part-time because of all the damages to my spine and then the mental health damages to my head. So that's a side point, but the point of how I worked and how I achieved, you might have to do something similar, okay? I'm just telling you what I did. You don't have to do that, but that's how I achieved success. I had a house, I had money every month, I had credit cards, my credit was so damn good, I could buy anything I want. I went to buy a house, they told me I could buy a house up to $400,000. I said no, I only bought a $100,000 house, but because I wanted to keep it real and realistic, but in case something ever happened to me, which it did. So, my story may resonate with someone. You can take it or leave it. Okay. I feel like you've been kind of maybe making some truces with friends or bosses, but there's a lot of, or this could be family, but there's a lot of disagreements here. Dwelling on past hurts and just holding on to this grief that needs to be let go. And if someone did pass away that you're holding on to, they wouldn't want you to have this, okay? You may not be getting what you want until you learn to stand on your own 2 feet, and that's basically the message. There's a strong need here to take more care of yourself, your health, your beauty, your handsomeness, whatever you are, male, female. But I see a earth sign here trying to be patient with you, trying to give you some type of wisdom. This could be an older friend, an uncle. It could be a boss, a supervisor. I feel like they're trying to advise you, right? They're trying to help you meet your wish fulfillment, but as they're speaking to you, you're thinking negatively in your head and you're just not listening to them. And so what happens then? What does that bring? Limited success, right? I'm not going to be one of those psychics or readers that sit here and give you only upward cards. I do read reverses because I feel you need to know the truth. I am not going to sit here and sugarcoat your reading so you can feel good about yourself and then go, well, why isn't that happening? Well, I'm going to tell you why it's not happening. Because there's a change in the way you think that needs to occur. It just has to happen. And I just can't wait for the day that I can give you messages that talk about victory, talk about new careers, talk about money coming in for you. I want that for you. I really do. Because, no one loves the water signs more than me, being a Pisces. And I have several members of my family are Cancers and Scorpios. So I want you guys to have the best. You're so trapped in this blocked grief, this negativity, that you're not getting your positive changes. And I also feel someone's sending you some negative energy, and you need to sidestep it. You need to say, I don't accept your energy. I am a good person. I am positive. I can advance. I will make this happen. Whatever those positive affirmations are for you, because there's this huge fear of change. Like you want, but you're not willing to make the changes. So, again, I have to tell you, got to make the changes. So, whoever this person is that's sending you negative energy, it could be a boss, could be someone you work with, could be a parent. They don't like you. And they're very rigid and flexible and impatient with you. And there's a lot of disharmony and disconnection. I don't know what this is about, but this is the story I'm getting. So please comment. I would love to know. Yeah. There's some unfairness, some no accountability, some dishonesty here. All right. And it's holding you back. Strong need to communicate to spirit in what's the word I want to use? In a sincere and honest way. Because you're praying to God, for those of you that are doing so, like, why can't I have this? I want this, I want that. Well, you're not really seeing the whole picture. You're not seeing your part in the play. And your part in the play is to be more honest with yourself, to be more accountable for your actions, basically. Someone's overly critical of you. It could be selfish or vengeful. This could be you, but there's someone around you that's just really bad energy. And could be someone you're having sex with. It could be a self-imposed restriction you're putting on yourself by the energy you're carrying. Change the way that you change your energy, change your thoughts. I just made a comment on Facebook. If you lay with dogs, you get fleas. What does that mean? It means if you're interacting with people who are negative, who are on drugs, who are drinkers, who are selfish, who live in bad situations, every time you interact with them, you pick up negative energy, right? The devil has an army. If there is dark attachments attached to someone and you're talking to them, and you don't even have to hang out with them, you could run into them at the grocery store, or they could be knocking on your door, you're going to get their energy is going to come after you. And it's just the way the dark one works. I don't want to say his name because then he comes into my house and I don't want him here. Okay? So whether you realize it or not, there is a realm of earthbound spirits and dark spirits that walk this earth, and they're always trying to attach themselves to someone, and they're always trying to influence the way you think and your behavior. So get a Reiki session if you can afford it. That will help you a lot. I see someone possibly taking you under your wing, or someone that makes you happy, a fire sign. Fire signs come up several times here. They want you to be happy. I feel they're talking to you, they're trying to teach you self-control, they're trying to teach you to be more positive, and they're trying to teach you to take more action. So, that's really what's going to get you ahead. I put a bonus reading out for you guys this month too because you had the most views. But it was kind of the same thing, not as bad as today's reading. But I just feel so much frustration when I read for you. It's almost like I want to hit you upside the head. Don't take that the wrong way, but it's like you're not listening, you're not hearing, you're not taking the advice. And I just get this ball of frustration when I do cancer readings inside of me, and this anger and resentment and jealousy and all of it. You need to let all of that go. You need to stand on your own 2 feet, and you need to make the positive changes. You have to do it. That's your lesson in life. And I've said that over the last 2 years for you guys. Your lesson is to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet without anybody helping you. Until then, you're not going to have the success that you want. And I hate to tell you that, but that's the message. Okay? Messages for Cancer, please. Remember, that message is not for everyone. If it doesn't resonate with you, if you are a goal-oriented action, some Cancers are, depending on their rising sign. If they're a Cancer Leo, they're probably taking action, because Leos don't sit back. Fire signs don't sit back. And I'm an Aries rising, and I can tell you that. I'm a bull in a china shop. When I want something done, when I want to accomplish something, when I got something to say, I'm going to say it. So, you know, if you don't have any fire in your chart, you need to find a way to make some. All right. Yeah. You need to start being more accountable, taking care of the little things that you tend to brush aside. You need to be fearless and bold. And I feel sometimes people tell you shit and then you believe it. You can't. Okay? This and that are true. You've got to really have some type of discernment. And you need to learn to just be your own person. I feel like you try to emulate others. And you're a single individual with single individual talents and creativity that God gave you because you have a purpose and a path on this earth. So don't listen to what other people say. Follow your intuition. And Cancers are highly intuitive, and you need to start following your gut. You need to start listening to that inner voice. You need to start being more positive. I don't even listen to secular radio anymore. I just quit. I listen to K-Love all the time. Why? Because I want positive and encouraging messages. I want God telling me how good I am, how proud he is of me, how I make him smile through the things and efforts that I do. Am I perfect? No. I've done drugs. I've been homeless. I have stolen from people. I have lived in my shadow side. Am I that person today? No. Was I that person always? No. But things started going wrong for me, and I chose to fill my pain up in a negative way. And it brought me nothing but misery. So I know this lesson. I've lived it. So I'm telling you, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and start making those positive changes, okay? There's a divine detour coming for you. There's a tower moment. Whether you choose to face it and make it easy on yourself, or you choose to keep having that fear of that change, God's going to make it for you. The more you go with it and surrender, the easier it's going to be for you. You need to watch and wait. There is something good coming for you. But you just need to live day by day right now. And there's just a lot of low self-esteem. You need to understand your worth, because you are a beautiful and perfect child of God. You do have the ability to succeed, right? You are perfect, you are loved, and you can be loved, and you can have love. But if you're not loving yourself, then who else is going to love you, right? So you got to love yourself first. I was hoping I didn't have to deliver this message today. I didn't know what it would be, of course, but okay. Innovation, security. So some of you are worried about your security right now. That could be that housing issue or problems with property. You need to be creative. You can't go out there looking for the best, okay? You got to learn how to stand on your own 2 feet. If that means living in a dumpy old trailer for a year or two, then that's what you do. I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but I had to live in a dumpy trailer because I wasn't making, after I was injured, I wasn't making the money. I wasn't making 100 grand a year anymore. So, strong need to be truthful with yourself. You need to claim your own independence, stand on your own 2 feet, be creative about how you're going to take care of yourself. Okay? You know, the example was I went out and got a waitress job while I was working as a secretary. Because back in the 80s and 90s, secretaries didn't make shit. They make a lot more money now. But back then, they didn't make crap. What do we have for Cancer? Okay. Still nothing right now on the relationship horizon. But you are getting a victory. Are you going to put the work in? Do you want this victory? Because that's what it's going to take. Yeah, anger, resentment, and jealousy. I feel that your victory for maybe this month or the month after, by the time of your birthday, you're going to realize that your unhappiness and negative thoughts and your anger, resentment, and jealousy is what's holding you back. You're going to figure that out. So, they're also telling me strongly that you need to get rest. You need to sit down and rest. You might be in one of those situations where you don't like being at home. I've had situations like that where you just don't want to go home because you don't like where you live. You have to. You have to. You've got to learn to like the place you live. Make it your haven. Find a way to make it happy for you, even if it's just sitting and watching movies, lighting candles, bringing beautiful scents in, fresh flowers or something. I don't know. Okay, that's for you to figure out. But you're on the right path. You just need to get inside yourself a little more. There's strong Capricorn energy here. I feel that you listen to a lot of music. You like to listen to music. Capricorn energy is that devil energy? Yeah. You need to slow down. You need to rest. There's something happening in the next 2 weeks. So I don't know if this is like, I'm recording on the 21st. Today the 21st. I think it is. But you need to slow down. And yeah, there's a lot of fears and worries that are leaving and a lot of delays. But your major change is coming at your birthday. All right. Anything else for Cancer? You've got a major change coming for your birthday. Getting things under control, taking your power back. Yeah, there's a new emotional path coming for you this summer, but you need to start taking responsibility, accountability for the things that need to get done in your life, and that may even include your job. And you need to start loving yourself more. When you do, you take your power back. So there's a new emotional path coming for you around the time of your birthday or shortly after. And I know a lot of you want love in your life. I know you do. All right, let's get you a positive affirmation. You just reminded me I need to wish someone happy birthday. I think today's the 21st. I don't know. It's Sunday. It's Easter. Maybe it's the 20th. All of my relationships are enveloped in a circle of love. We are all students and teachers. I often ask myself, what did I come here to learn and what did I come here to teach? Exactly. Why are you here? Why aren't you singing your own song? Why are you trying to be like everybody else? You're not here to be like everybody else. You're here to be you. So that was a perfect affirmation. I can heal myself on all levels. Healing means to make whole and to accept all parts of myself, not just the parts I like, but all of me. Yeah, you've got to learn to love and accept yourself for who you are. Regardless of what you think about yourself, you've got to learn to love yourself. And if that means changing your hairstyle, coloring it, getting a new shave, whatever, love yourself. And then you will start to see the changes. When you love yourself, you become more positive. When you become more positive, you start attracting more positive people and more positive circumstances. So, this is the message for you. All right, guys, I love you. I'm sorry that's probably not what most of you wanted to hear. Again, all my payment information is down below. If you want to ask the $12.50 question, you're welcome to leave a tip. I don't care if it's $3 or $5. You're welcome to tip me. And don't forget to like and subscribe as a thank you, and add a comment if you want to be entered into the drawing for a free reading. All right. I love you guys. I wish you the best. I've walked your shoes. I know what it's like. So trust me, I'm not here to be your mama. I'm here to share my experience and tell you what Spirit wants you to know. So take care. I'll see you in June.